just to start with, talk to us about the philosophy behind the ministry's customer service charter.
The philosophy behind the charter is basically a promise from public servants or public officials, just how they would relate that promise to the public in relation to how treatment should be given to these public members. And not only that, it also speaks about the services that the ministry offers and how people can also access them.
And how do you plan on inculcating, the values outlined in the charter to the public servants?
Sure, that's a good one. Basically, that also comes down. There's a whole lot of things involved because it's not only the charter that guides public servants, but there are other things or documents that guide public servants. For instance, the staff rules. But in relation to the charter, it's important to understand that the values, it not only speaks or covers, it's a twofold document. Just as much as it needs to be enshrined into the staff member, it also needs to be enshrined into the public member. That there is this type of service, there is this type of treatment that you receive when you come in contact with public officials. But then there's also a part that you need to play in surely making that you conduct yourself in a proper manner as you reach out for these services. So it's two ways. We inculcate it in the member and also in the staff members.
The public sector is often criticized for poor service delivery. Is this one of the reasons why the ministry saw a need to come up with this customer service charter?
I think what's important to understand is that government agencies, ministries, government at large, including the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty, Eradication and Social Welfare, always had a customer service charter. That is what is expected of us as public officials when you are sitting in those offices, fully understanding that these offices, we have come to lead them. There were people before us, there were people after us. So it's a rock and a hard place for one to say that there is poor service in government or public officials. Let's not say by government, but you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There is perhaps one or two instances that people, public members of the public come to office and are not treated well, and they say that's government. But like in our instance, we have got a very strict staff rule and a very strict ED who really make sure that the employees are sticking to the book in really making sure that services are offered to the public in the way that they deserve.
How often will this effectiveness of the charter be reviewed?
The charter is reviewed every second year with the assistance of the ministry or the office of the Prime Minister. So when there's a service change or structure change, which happens every now and then the charter can also be reviewed. We are launching ours because, if you remember, this is a merger of two ministries. It was the former Ministry of Gender Equality and Child Welfare and the former Ministry of Poverty Eradication. So since the merger, we were having two customer service charters, but now since the merger, we launched the one that we operate on one charter.
Lastly, Mr. Haufiku, what role can the public play in holding civil servants accountable when they fail to deliver quality services as per the charter?
I think I'll refer to a question you asked earlier that public servants are often criticized for poor service delivery. Now, if a public member does not understand service that is due to them, and even so, as far as knowing that there is a document that is a public servant take and say that we are making the promise to treat you in this way or to serve you in a particular manner, then perhaps the status quo might continue. But if you know that, okay, this is what your customer, you can hold me accountable. What is your name? This is what your customer service say, but this is how you are treating me. Then at least when they have that understanding, which is what the ministry is pushing with this charter, to make sure that people know their rights, they can access the charter. Ours is on our website, but people can familiarize themselves not only with how they should be treated, but also with the services. And then if the beauty of it, there's a feedback part to the charter to say that, okay, this is how I was treated. I don't like it. I can take it further. You can go as far as the office of the executive director, as far as the office of the ombudsman, and as far as the office of the prime minister. That's how serious we are taking these services.